Happy Saturday, y'all. So yeah, taking y'all on this journey again. 8 weeks out. That's a Saturday. I get the whole gym to myself. Yeah, I started with fasted cardio. From fasted cardio, I ate my first meal. I watched Law and Order for like 30 minutes, let my food digest. Then I go into my workout. Saturdays is usually back, biceps, and posing, as you can see. And then from there, I have my post-workout meal. Trying to figure out cardio. I have to do, so I usually do 30 minutes. Well, I did 30 minutes today on the step meal, so I still got cardio tonight. So I'll take you on that journey. Trying to figure out what time I'm going to do cardio. I had a check-in as well, which is going great. Fats don't do good for me, but carbs do. So he's pulling some more fats. However, I get to keep my carbs. So it was a great check-in. I really been working really hard in my cardio and everything else to do the things necessary. I'm to the point where I am, I just want to bring my best package. Can I say that I look the way I would like to at this point? No, I've already went to the comparisons of how I looked from my national show 8 years ago, and I'm like, Kiwi, you're not that. I'm like looking at this as like my first show. With it being so long and me learning my body again, and my body's been through so much. I told myself I have to look at this as this is your first show, and you don't know what's going to come of it. Just bring your best package. So don't compare yourself to yourself 8 years ago. And the great thing about competing too, you can't really compare yourself to anybody else because you don't know who's going to show up. So this is just about me bringing my best package. And I feel like in the last couple days, I've been doing everything necessary to have great check-ins. I'm checking in every 3 days now. So I got to check in again on Tuesday. So the only change that's being made is no more salmon. I'll be eating all chicken, my steak and my eggs. As of right now, we pull fats. So we're going to do that. Still, the goal right now is to really get these legs. As much as I like legs, y'all, I'll be honest with you, I had to have a conversation with God. I was like, I love legs. I don't have a problem with doing legs, and my legs have not ever been what I want them to be. I don't have pretty legs anyways, just because of all the marks and stuff on my legs, but my legs are really strong, and I love doing leg day, but they ain't popping. And I remember my national show too, like they didn't pop until the day of, like literally I saw the magic come. So that is something that I will work on, but the biggest thing right now that I can work on, like I can't make them any bigger at this point, but however, getting them as shredded as possible, getting this fat, because that's it. My top half is coming down. It's just my bottom half that takes forever. Even my midsection is actually coming down, which I'm excited about, but my legs are slowly but surely. So I'm working very hard between the step meal, between my inclines. So I'm just trying to figure out now, the best cardio to really do to get, to shred these legs. Again, you can't necessarily pinpoint, where the fat's going to come off of, but, seeing how lean I am up top, the rest of the fat that's got to come off is off the leg. So it's like, just get the fat off. So that's the goal right now. And shred these glutes, get these glutes to tighten up. I got good, beautiful glutes, but they got to tighten up. They got to be tight. They got to be shredded. So shredded glutes on deck. So that's the reason why we implemented the step meal, which I actually love. I'm fine with that. So I'm doing a little extra. He said 20 minutes. I do 30. I'll probably do 45 tomorrow. I don't mind getting on that step meal and stepping it out. So so that's that. I still have, it is only 7:30 in the morning, y'all. So I kicked this off I got up at, well, I'll say between 2:30 and 3. I was a little slow motion this morning. So I am officially about to head into work. I got clients, I have class, I have some shopping to do, and then we are going to decide what the rest of the day, I got work I got to do. So we're going to decide what the rest of the day looks like and when I'm going to do my cardio. But welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. I have a mission in mind. I really do. But my first mission, I have to get past the first stage. Sometimes we look so far into the future that we miss the present moment. And I'm enjoying, being proud of myself. That's the biggest thing. Like, I'm proud that every day I'm putting in the effort to bring the best package. And when I step on that stage, I want to say I did everything to bring the best package that I can bring with what I have right now. And I'm okay with that. Whether I win or lose. Nah, again, I've said this. I want to win. Of course, we all do. But me stepping on the stage is my first win. When I check that box, that's the most important box, because I can't really control the rest of that. I don't know who's going to show up, but the only thing I can control is me not only making it to the stage, but knowing that I gave everything in my all to bring the best package I can bring, and looking forward to what that looks like, so then I can improve that and go to the next stage. So we back, the June jump off, y'all. I'm gonna be bringing more and more videos. They'll be short, they'll be sweet, they'll be long, they'll be, you know, all of the above. You know, I realize, and I'm gonna end it here, and then I'll probably include some more videos for you guys. But you know, I've been watching my inspiration. I remember when I first started, like, my inspiration was Dana Lynn Bailey. Like, I remember watching her 10 days out from Olympia. She's the one who inspired me to actually go into women's physique. That was when it was introduced to everybody as a new category. So I watched her videos. She was, you know, vlogging everything, you know, and at that point, nobody else was doing it. So she inspired me to get through my own prep. And then I would watch a whole bunch of other people. But now it's videos for days, y'all. So if it ain't Law and Order, I am watching YouTube videos, being inspired by people's journeys. And again, I think that it's important because I know that some of you all watch me. You know, I don't care if it's 5 of y'all. There's 5 people waiting to see what this journey looks like and waiting for me to be heard and for me to carry out my purpose. So who would I be? You know, what would I be saying to God, you know, if I did not share? So I'm going to do my part. And it's, you know, whatever it is, it is. All right. So thank you all once again for your support. We are officially 8 weeks out. So let's get it.